Everyone's laughing. So I've got to start the video. So we're off to the night prison tour in Fremantle. There's Kelly Cole, she's a scary one. And it'll be a lovely night, so, well, a bit rainy, but we don't mind because we don't have much rain. And then I'm just doing a quick thing in the dome. And that's it, doing Cafe Rockingham. Now we're back for our food. So now at Fremantle Prison, that's Kev Debbie. Kelly Coley, you're going to the night tour. Hannah, you'll remember this. You had your photo taken there, and Lisa. Oh, that's...
This is the thing that's at Rockingham.
That's the noise. They're calling people in, Sal. Come on.
Come in, come in.
So,
lots of things without you.
So Deb's in Kevin prison. He's been banged up for
No, you stay there.
nicking all the food. He got 4 years. So, we're in the courtyard of Fremantle Prison with Debbie, Salma, and they do also have concerts here from time to time. Right, first time we've been on the night tours, that's interesting.
It's interesting for a couple of reasons. Namely that during winter it is fantastic at staying freezing cold, and during summer it starts to retain heat. So it exacerbates whatever season you happen to be in. The hottest that we've recorded in here when everything's closed up is 53.9 degrees Celsius. Limestone's also very porous, so that makes it a perfect breeding ground for all sorts of bacteria, for lice, cockroaches, rats, mice.
So that's the prison yards. That's what's found up there. And it's about to prison now.
Get under the shoulder.
Yep.
The only thing they give him is a whistle. His job is to be eyes and ears, right? So if he sees something kicking off, he'll go, "Can you guys stop that, please?" That's it, there was no step two. That was policy. You don't get involved, it's not worth your life, right? Later he did get the PA system on the wall over there, so he could be a bit louder.
There's paintings on the wall what the prison's done. There is up there pictures of what they look like originally. Really cool. And that's that kid. Yeah.
It's quite a good one,
Nice, isn't it? Yeah.
I like the little one down there.
Yeah. That was where he stood still, wasn't it, there?
Did you hear? Look. Yeah.
And right at the back, there was where they used to empty their buckets.
Summer, you are no longer alone. We're going to follow you. But your next job is to make sure that no one goes through the next doorway, okay? So guys, we're going to meet her in the yard, but go no further, okay? After you.
Okay. Stop for confinement. Is this his yard?
This must be his yard.
Toilet there.
Oh, you nearly lost sound then, didn't you?
I think I had an heart attack then.
Yeah.
There's the whipping post. Just tie people up and whip them there. That's the whipping post down. Yeah.
Actually do that.
Yeah. Listen.
Okay, this is the flogging post. It's just 3 pieces of wood and some nails. Very easy to throw together. And you can be flogged for like anything in this prison. Some of the ones that I've seen, so blaspheming in church, just that, 10 lashes right there. Hitting a PO, prison officer, that's 50 lashes. The worst, of course, is trying to escape. If they catch you doing that, that's 100 lashes. Does anyone know what we're using to do the lashing?
Cat of 9 tails.
That's the one, the cat of 9 tails. This bad boy right here. So called because it has 9 tails, right? Unfortunately, pretty much every culture around the world since like time antiquity has some kind of variation on the cat. This is a very effective tool at punishment. So how it goes down is the prison doctor is standing right here, watching the guy's face, just to make sure he doesn't die while he's being flogged. Guys die during floggings all the damn time, and this isn't supposed to be a death sentence. This is just punishment. So we don't want to kill you, we just want to hurt you. You'll be strapped up, like so. Mostly naked, but you do have a leather collar to protect your arteries, and a leather belt to protect your kidneys and your vital organs. The guy over here with the whip has probably the coolest job title in the world. He's called the Flagellator. It's pretty rock and roll, right? So you'll be a couple steps back so you can get a bit of a running start. I've been doing this job for just touching 2 years now, I think. I've asked this on every tour. It's only worked twice, but I've got a good feeling about this group. Is anyone here on a first date? Damn it! Second date, third date? Work with me, people. Any anniversaries? I'm going to pick a couple, so either volunteer as tribute or I'm going to single you out. Yes, there we go. Step on up, guys. Step on up. You know what? Don't worry. He's the victim. You get to hit him. Yeah. All right, come this way, dude. So you're over there. Right hand there, left hand there. Perfect. You get the whip. Is this more? This is more or less legit. It seriously will do damage. So I'm gonna let you hit him just once as hard as you can. No, I'm joking. Just a light tap, okay? But when she hits you, give a nice big scream. We can freak out all the other players, okay? All right, we'll give her a countdown, shall we? 3, 2, 1. Ah! Give a round of applause. Good stuff. Take your time here. If that unlocked anything for you guys, we sell the pinky version of this. What is the handcuffs? It's by far our highest seller. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so that was all fun and games, but of course back in the day, this would have been horrific, right? Even that very first hit is excruciating. How the cat works, especially when it's made out of rope and knotted like ours, is the tails crisscross and then drag very, very quickly. So it's pretty small cuts at first. Supposedly it feels like a cat scratching you, hence the name, right? Anyone with cat's nose, that sucks. And that's just at first. It's also building friction, loads and loads of friction. So I actually managed to find an old journal of a flagellator from back in the day. He was in the UK, but I'm sure it transfers over. So this is all anecdotal, but it's quite interesting. What he reckoned was around about lash 10, so much friction builds up that your skin then starts to blister and pop. Every lash after that, tearing those wounds open, re-establishing the cuts that are already there, so now they're getting deeper and longer, and of course it's adding new gashes with every lash, so every lash, it's basically exponential. Round about lash 20 or so is where you're going to start to see little bits of white poking through all of the red, which of course is your bone starting to show through the wounds. It's also usually, he reckoned, where he was forced to stop, just so that he could wring out all of the congealed blood and meat in the cat. And around about lash 40 is where the cat would get your tongue. If you've heard that saying before, the cat's got your tongue, this is where it comes from. Because then you pass out, right? So the doctor who's standing here, he'll clock that, hopefully, and he'll say, stop! He's had enough! So we cut him down. Now he's lying right here in a pool of his own blood. Very quickly, we have to sterilise those wounds. How do we do that?
Salt.
Salt, right onto it. We rub salt into those wounds. And that's where that saying comes from, by the way. So very painful, very crude, but very effective at staving off bacteria. That does actually work. From that moment on, we're actually quite nice to you. We'll send you straight to the hospital, prison hospital. We'll give you some water to drink. We dress your wounds. We make sure they don't get infected so you don't die. And then we'll say, all right, you're free to go. And you'll say, sick. Free to go where? And we'll say, well, you passed out at 40 lashes. Mate, you've still got 60 to go. Send you straight back to the flogging post. No pit stops anywhere else. The only job in that scenario is to make sure you don't die. If that's been established, we reopen all of your wounds. You will complete your entire sentence. There's no tapping out. I also mentioned that Div 1 was used to house juveniles as young as 8. Hate to say it, but they weren't exempt from this. I've seen quite a few records of 8-year-old boys, yay big, strung up here, flogged. 9 times out of 10 that was for pickpocketing in the high street of Freo, stealing bread, things like that. That was usually a 5-hour punishment. Within those 5 hours, you were sent here and flogged. So it is undeniably brutal. Arguably worse though, depending on where you sit in this argument, isn't where we broke you physically. It's where we broke you mentally, with a calculated cruelty. It's the building just behind you guys.
Is Kev there queuing up the hangman's cell?
Hey?
Kev there queuing up the hangman's cell?
No. So a couple of years ago, the tour guide left early, and then the tourist stayed back and put his head in the noose for a selfie. Yeah. He didn't die, a kind of like natural selection, you know. So because of him, we've had to put the barriers, the cage, yeah, catering to the weak links, right?
Wow.
What's your life worth, bro? So done.
It's in the buddy's cell, I think. Sorry? Who's our best?
Three little children, and they were very happy. They used to laugh and play all day. One day they stopped laughing, and instead they just started to cry. They would cry. And they would cry and cry and cry. That sound gets into your head a little bit. Enough to drive you crazy. Unless you can find a cure, it's not hard if you look. Spirit of salts, hydrochloric acid. Just a little bit. It works really well because then they stop crying. They're quiet because they're dead. Some people thought Martha was stupid and simple. Others thought she was a wicked stepmother. What do you think? Not sure. She was hanged in 1909, but they say that she still walks these floors night after night after night, waiting for visitors. I've been here too long. Time to go. But a warning, make sure that you're all good to your mummies, won't you?